I'm Jen Roberts, and I got an interesting question today about Google Docs from someone who's thinking of starting to use it with his students. I wanted to answer that question and hopefully a few more along the way. So let's get started. The question was, if a student uploads their document or creates a new document in Google Docs, only that student can see that document, correct? So yes, I am not the expert on all things related to Google privacy, but for the most part, the way Google Docs functions, only the user who creates the document can see that document until he or she chooses to share it with someone else. So let's demonstrate. I'm going to go ahead and create a new document. And I'd like to put some text in my document, but I'm feeling a little lazy, so I'm going to go grab the Gettysburg Address here. Command C will let me copy that text. I'll come back to my untitled document, use Command V to paste it in, and there we have the Gettysburg Address. And I'd like the title too, so I'm going to go grab that. Now, when I paste in the title, I can paste it in this way and it look like it did on the original web page. But another little tip is when you're pasting something into a Google Doc, if you hit Command or Control and the Shift key at the same time as you press the letter V, it'll paste in the text without the formatting that it had in its former life on another page. So that can sometimes help you if you're pasting in a lot of text from quoting from a book or from another source. You can paste it in without having to reformat that text. So that's just a little side tip. Of course, I'll want to name my document, so I'll call it Gettysburg Address. Now, the only person in the world right now who can see this document is me. If I send the URL here at the top of the page, I can send it to anyone else. When they try and open it, it'll say, I'm sorry, you don't have access to that document. You can request access. Then I would get an email telling me they were requesting access to my document. But right now, effectively, it's private to me. If I want someone else to be able to see it, say my teacher, a professor, a colleague, I have to come over here to the Share button. I click Share, and now it asks me to enter the names or the email addresses of anyone else I'd like to share it with. Now, preferably, I'd be entering the addresses of their Google accounts so that they would automatically be able to see my document. So I would just type in their email address right there where it says Add People, and then I can choose whether I give that person edit access to my document. Would they be a full editor as I am? Or I can also give them just comment access, or I can give them just view access. If you're working with your students, I suggest you ask them to give you edit access to their documents so that you can leave them comments or edit right on their paper if you need to. It just gives you more options when you're working with students. If you're asking students to share with colleagues or if you're asking students to share with peers, you might choose the can comment option. And if you're sharing something with someone that you want them to know what you're doing, but you don't want them to be able to make any changes to it, then you'll choose the Can View option. You click Share and Save, and I'm going to go ahead and not share it with anyone right now. Also, you'll notice up here there's another sharing setting. Right up here it says Private. Only the people listed below can access. I can change that as well. So down here I can share with specific people. Up here I can choose to share it in a broader sense. If I click Change, I can now change this document so that it is public on the web, and anyone on the internet can find it and access it. There's no sign-in required. I can change it so that anyone with the link can edit it. This is a nice way of doing things sometimes when you're working with a group of people to share it to anyone with the link. You email the link to a group of collaborators and they can all add to the document. When I'm working with students, however, I do not use these two options because typically these two options allow the people editing the document to come on as anonymous users. And I teach high school. I don't want anyone anonymously editing a document. So I usually keep my documents private, and I just add my students by email address down here when I want to have them be able to edit the same document as me. Right? So I think that covers sharing. The person who was asking the question also asked about students uploading documents. I wanted to provide a few tips about uploading documents. Google Docs allows you to upload documents from all kinds of formats and save them in your Google Drive. So I can't even share it with someone else as far as I know. That might be not true. Let's see. To upload a document, you could share it with simply click the Upload button and choose Files. And in this case, I'm going to my desktop. And I saved a document there a little while ago called the Gettysburg Address. It is uploaded the Gettysburg Address, but notice it has uploaded this as a Word document. Now, that means that I don't have a lot of the same options with it that I would normally have with a regular Google Doc. I can't leave voice comments on a Word document. I can't even edit this Word document in Google Docs. I could share it with someone else, but they would also get it as a Word document. If I'm working with students and I want them to share a document with me in Google Docs, I want a little more flexibility than just being able to download their Word document. If I'm doing that, I might as well just have them email it to me. The alternative here is, see where it says conversion off? What you want to do instead is change it in your settings, upload settings, convert uploaded files to Google Docs format. I'm going to choose that. Now, when I go to upload my file, and I choose that same Word document of the Gettysburg Address, it uploads it, and this time it has uploaded it as a Google Doc. So now I have two Google Docs labeled Gettysburg Address because I've named that file that. So if you're working with students and you're asking them to upload their documents to Google Docs and share them with you, please teach them about turning on Google Docs conversion. So now that Word document appears as a Google Doc, and that's going to work a little better for me. I hope that covers some of the basic questions about sharing Google Docs and uploading Google Docs that you might be concerned about. If you have any other questions, please feel free to email me, leave a comment on the video, or reach me on Twitter @JenRoberts1. Thanks very much. Have a great day.